Yo, what it do? It's your boy Joey Sings, and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video. What it do, my backup singers? It is your boy Joey Sings, and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video. If it's your first time seeing this face, hit subscribe as well as that bell so you guys don't miss out on brand new videos like this. So you guys, it is Tuesday, and that means Storytime Tuesday. And by the title of this video, you are probably like, Joey Sings, what do you mean you lost yourself? Y'all, listen, grab your tissues, get ready to find out some stuff that nobody knew about me, because this story is really a walk through memory lane, a memory that I did not want to relive. But without further ado, let's dive into the video. Alright, you guys, so if you saw the Lisa Cimarelli Unloved live reaction video, you heard bits and pieces of this story, but I'm going to go further into detail with it. So about 6, 7, 8 months ago, you guys, I was working at this restaurant. Not going to say the restaurant, just gonna leave it at that. I was working at this restaurant, you guys, and this guy came in one day. I saw him, I was like, holy crap, this boy is so cute, he is so adorable. Who is he? Well, he had turned out to be friends with one of the girls I work with, and apparently he had also worked at this restaurant and was getting ready to come back to work. And I was like, oh snap, what I'm about to do? He is super duper cute, boom boom boom. I left alone because, first of all, look at me. Guys don't really hit on me. Guys don't really flirt with me. Don't know why. Don't really care. But he started working, you guys, and we started doing like little playful flirting, and I thought it was clearly harmless because I thought this boy was straight. There was nowhere in the world he was gay. Like, it was just, I don't know. Don't ask me. Just couldn't tell you guys. But one day I came to work and we were flirting, and I accidentally rung up a drink and I hit the wrong button, and I was like, hey, I don't need the second part. And he was like, dang. So it's true. It is kind of hard to be smart and cute at the same time. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, because clearly you're cute, but I thought you were smart until you did this. And I just like started like literally smiling from ear to ear, and I ran from where I was at, and I said, okay, I can't deal with this. So I grabbed my friend. I was like, bruh, I real do think this boy flirting with me. She was like, no, I don't know. So then this proceeded to where it was legit a flirt thing, and then I ended up asking him one day, and I was like, bro, are you flirting with me? What is going on? Like, I was blunt about it because I don't know when people are flirting with me. I am so oblivious to people are flirting with me, guys. But anyways, this happened for a while. We ended up hanging out one night after work, y'all. We got wasted. I ended up staying with him at one of his relatives' house, you guys. Boom, bam, bam. Found some things out that night that it was like a red flag, but I was so wrapped up in this guy flirting with me that I wasn't paying attention to the red flags at all. So a couple more nights go by, and then I realized that me and him are hanging out a lot. And this is where things got really dark. One night we were hanging out with a whole bunch of his friends. We were cracking up. They were doing coke. Yes, they were all doing coke. I had never in my life done coke, never in my life actually saw it in front of me. I judged people so hard for doing this, but I don't know what it was, but something in this situation, like he was looking at me and questioning me, and I was like, okay, I feel so awkward, I feel so vulnerable right now, what is going on? And I tried it. I felt so weird, so awkward, so hurt. Like, why did I just do this? And I wish it would have just stopped there. But the more I hung out with him, I found myself doing things that I would normally never do. You guys, I was drinking a lot. Like, I was going to the bar every single night because this is what this boy wanted to do. And I felt like because he liked me, I had to do what he was doing in order to keep him liking me. You guys, me trying coke one time turned into me doing coke I don't know how many times. And it was so horrible. I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. I was literally going to work, drinking, doing that, going to work, drinking, doing that, and it was a repetitive thing, and I felt myself slipping away from my identity. Like, okay, this isn't the Joey that I know. Joey would never do this. And that is why I feel like I related so much with the song Unloved, because I was doing everything that I knew what was wrong in order to feel loved, to feel liked by this guy who literally did not give two flying cats about me. He did not care about me. It was literally a rush. Getting drunk, getting high, having sex on repeat. And I was so stupid and blinded by the attraction that I wasn't realizing what was going on. So we hung out. Everything was good, I thought. And I'm getting choked up because I feel so retarded telling this story. Like, it hurts even talking about this out loud. Because I feel like so many people are going to judge me. But this happened for a while. We started hanging out. He had me calling out of work to hang out with him. You guys, I was doing things that I would normally never do. This is why I titled it, I Lost Myself. So after a couple months go by of the cycle going on and going on, I started realizing little things about him. And I was like, holy crap, something's not right. Well, when you have that gut feeling, run with it. I should have ran with this feeling from day one, but I didn't because I was so wrapped up in him and what we, air quotes, had or had not going on. Well, one night I was home and I got a phone call. Hey, can you find some coke? And I was like, sure. I know people. Like, call my friend. Boom, go pick it up. Boom, meet him, give it to him. Well, I realized that he didn't ask me to hang out tonight, but he had some girl with him. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, she's cute. Who is she? Oh, nobody, nobody, nobody. And that became a cycle. Every single time he wanted something from me, he'd call me. I'd get it. Boom, boom, boom. He'd give me a kiss and he'd run about his business. And it got to the point where I got very like standoffish. Like, I wouldn't do anything for him. I wasn't returning calls. I wasn't texting him. I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, this is retarded. Like, why am I doing this to myself? Why do I keep putting myself up this? Well, one night he called me and invited me out. And was like, hey, we're going to a bar. Meet us there, this, that, and the third. He never told me who it was. Nothing. And you guys probably already heard this too in this story where I was the side chick. Well, technically, me and him were fooling around, hanging out, everything before. So this is where that story gets like a little tricky, a little more, now you understand. So he invites me out. I get to this bar. I walk inside. I see him at the bar, some girl, and then her friend, and they're like all over each other. And I'm looking like, wait a minute, did you just invite me out to see you with some girl? Like, what is the point? So I get there, I go to the bar, I start drinking heavily, trying to not pay attention to the situation, you guys. And by this point, I am literally drunk. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to leave. I'm gonna go to my dad's house, you know, calm down, breathe, whatever the case may be. And I walk out, he chases me out, and he like grabs me, he's like, you can't leave me with them, you can't leave me with them, but you were literally had your tongue down this girl's throat 2 minutes ago. In front of me. So I'm like, okay, you don't give a shit about me. This is where I feel like there's that disrespectful. Like, you don't care about me at all. This was always a use and gain situation. You were using me to gain something, and I'm not emotionally stable enough to deal with this. Meanwhile, I had friends who had stopped talking to me, friends who were upset with me and disappointed in me, and I couldn't do anything about it because I was so caught up. I was so caught up in the situation that I did not care about the people I was hurting, people that I was letting down. I did not care. My main focus was on this guy. And that's never been who I am. That's definitely not like me. So days go by and weeks go by, and I see that he's being very distant, very standoffish, very disrespectful to me, seeing how I literally just saved your life because all three of you guys were belligerently drunk and I stayed, played wingman, then drove you home, then picked you up to take you back, to pick up your car. All the whole time you have been literally lying to my face, telling me this girl was nobody, she meant nothing to you, but her friend told me that y'all have been seeing each other for months. Y'all have been dating for months, and I've been sitting here for a while looking like the dummy in this situation. So I got invited to go hang out at the beach with a whole bunch of friends, not knowing that they were going to be there. They show up. She's like, oh my God, you're so-and-so, da-da-da-da. So-and-so told me you were his best friend. I'm like, what? Now I'm the best friend. So I play my part because that's who I am. I'm like, you know, I'm not ruining anything for anybody. If you're happy with this girl, be happy with this girl. I'm not getting in the way. And I know this story is like all over the place, you guys, but trust me, it all ends up the same place. And we end up hanging out, me and this girl, we click, y'all. She is so sweet. She is so cool. Like, I'm here for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like her. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fall back. So a couple nights go by, we all end up hanging out after work at this bar. And everything's cool. Me and this girl dance together. We're having us a blast. Like, we're having so much fun. Well, she goes to the bathroom and he pulls me to the side and he's like grabbing my butt and like rubbing on me. And I'm just like, what? Like, you're here with your whole girlfriend. Like, no. He's like, no, we ain't nothing. We ain't nothing. She just real cool people. When I'm gonna drop her off, meet me at my house. No. So then we got into like a real big argument in this bar that night. And there were friends there watching like, what is really happening? And that is the night I realized, like, who am I? What have I become? I'm yelling with a guy who does not know what he wants in a bar about something that I shouldn't even be arguing about. So I end up leaving. And the whole while I'm driving home and I'm like crying. I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm like, who can I call? Who can I talk to? Who will understand where I'm at in the situation, y'all? And I try to call my best friend. She doesn't answer the phone. I try to call another of my friends, they don't answer. So I end up calling this guy who was interested in me. Like, he literally wanted to be with me, but I was so blinded by this guy that I wasn't paying attention to this good guy who was trying to be with me. And I call him and he answers the phone. And he's talking to me and he's like, bro, when I first met you, you were so cool, but I don't know who you've become. Like, what is this person? Who are you? And I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, holy crap, you're right. Who am I? And he was like, I like you and everything, and I really want to get to know you, but you need to fix yourself, find out who you are, go back to the person I met for a while ago. And I'm like, damn, that's gonna be hard. So he hangs up and I'm in my car and I'm driving, you guys. At this point, I'm so messed up, like emotionally and physically and like alcoholic, high off of my, and I look up. And I swear to you, I see a white light in the street and I swerve to avoid it. And when I come to after freaking out, my car is like face to face with a tree. And I know I should have called somebody and said, hey, come pick me up. But I was so freaked out that I didn't want anybody to know what was going on. I got in my car and I drove home. Well, when I woke up the next morning, my tire was bust. There was grass all up in the rim and I was like, holy shit, I could have died last night. And that was definitely the eye-opener situation for me where I realized that, okay, I had to find out who I was. I had to go back to being the Joey that I was before I let this dude mess with my head. Needless to say, it has been all these months and I don't even look at this guy because I can't believe that I let myself get wrapped up in a situation that I knew that I should not have been in. And if you're watching this video, I'm telling you guys from experience. Wanting to feel loved, wanting to feel accepted, wanting to be somebody's everything is not necessarily the best thing when you are vulnerable because you don't know who you are. Find who you are. Own it. Accept it. Live in that. Don't let somebody come up to you, tell you that you're beautiful, you're pretty, and then you feel all giddy and girly, and then you lose track of who you are. Don't do it. Stay true to yourself. Respect yourself. If people are doing things around you that you know aren't right, leave. Don't fall into peer pressure like I did because it could have been a lot worse. I could have really fallen deep into this dark hole and been trapped. But I realized because of friends and people that I care about that I was not myself and I had to stop doing what I was doing in order to find myself. And I am still looking for myself, but I know that that person that I was all those months ago is not who I was. And I am so proud to have left that where that's at. But I felt like this story would be beneficial to so many people who are trying to feel loved. And you have people who are wanting to give you that attention, but with that attention, there's a price to pay. And don't pay that price by losing who you are to make somebody else happy. Please don't do that. If somebody wants to be with you and they can't accept you for who you are, then that's not the person you're supposed to be with. If your friends want you to do something that you know you don't need to do, that you know is not right, then those aren't the friends you need to have in your life. And I'm telling you this from experience. Don't make the same mistakes that I made. I lost myself in a situation that I knew wasn't right. And I don't never want to see anybody go through that. I can't physically make you say no to this person. I can't physically be there to make you, make the right decision. But I hope you watch this video and you take from it that not everything that looks good is going to be good. I had to learn the hard way. This was my eye-opening experience, and I know what not to do because of it. Which is why I'm telling you guys, don't do it. Don't fall down that rabbit hole. Do not get caught up in the same mistakes that I did. I love you guys and I only want the best for you because you guys only want the best for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time video. It's very dark, very deep, but I needed to say it. Let me know in the comment section below if you've experienced something like this and how did you overcome it. If you want to, go to the description box, check out all my social media, you guys. I am shaking and emotional and I don't want to fully break down, so I'm going to end this video here. Follow me on my social media if you guys don't already. Don't forget to love yourself, love someone else. I will see you guys next time. Deuces.